Welcome to the Daily Word. I'm glad that you have joined me, and I greet you in the name and in the love and the peace of Jesus Christ, and pray in His name that God would touch you by His Word today. Now, for our Daily Word, we're going to go into Numbers chapter 10 today, and to this word about the trumpets. There's a line there I really felt like God got my attention with, and want to share with you a bit. We're going to jump around in the scriptures just a bit, so hang with me as we go along. This is actually in verse 10, right toward the end of that verse, where we read, "The trumpets will remind your God of His covenant with you. I am the Lord your God." And so God instructs them to construct, to make these two silver trumpets that the priests would blow, and there were all these different conditions under which they would use these trumpets to gather the leaders, to gather all the people when they break camp, when they head out, when they are under conditions of war, to sound the alarm during times of celebration, in times where they're offering sacrifices and so forth to the Lord, making offerings to God. But then we get to this line, that the use of these trumpets will remind your God of His covenant with you. And there's this way that we could read that and think, oh my goodness, is God going to forget? Like, do I have to blow this trumpet to get God's attention? But remember, first of all, that the last part of that verse is the Lord saying, I am the Lord your God. God is saying this about Himself. This is God saying, this will remind me of our covenant. And it's not that God has forgotten His covenant. In fact, one of the most meaningful verses in Scripture, I believe, and in terms of knowing that we are on God's mind, right? It's Isaiah chapter 49, verse 15. Can a mother forget her nursing child? Can she feel no love for the child she has borne? But even if that were possible, I would not forget you. See, I have written your name on the palms of my hands. And so it's not that God is going to forget us. It's not that at all. Really what this is about, I believe, is coming before God under the terms of the covenant. To remind God is not to say, God, I know that you've forgotten. We have this agreement, we have this relationship, let me remind you about it. No. That this is about coming before God under the terms of the relationship, of the covenant. And for us now, as Christians, as followers of Jesus, we come before God under the terms of the new covenant. If you would allow me to do it, I think where the trumpet was involved in bringing them before the Lord under the terms of that covenant, it's really at the foot of the cross that we meet the Lord. When we go to God in prayer, we are going before the Lord at the foot of the cross. And so it's not saying, God, remember the cross of Jesus, I'm forgiven. It's, God, I'm coming before you under the terms of this covenant. I'm coming before you in gratitude for what you've done for me. I'm coming, Lord, in confidence, not in myself, but in what Jesus has done. And not only that, I think there's also a word here of hope. We are meant, I believe, as we're reading about these trumpets, to think forward to when these trumpets will make a reappearance, when they will be used once more. Listen to this from the Gospel of Matthew, where Jesus says, beginning in verse 31, "And He will send out His angels with the mighty blast of a trumpet, and they will gather His chosen ones from all over the world, from the farthest ends of the earth and heaven." And if we could just add to that from 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51, "But let me reveal to you a wonderful secret," or a wonderful mystery now revealed. We will not all die, not all not all believers will be dead when Jesus returns. We will not all die, but we will all be transformed. It will happen in a moment, in the blink of an eye, when the last trumpet is blown. For when the trumpet sounds, those who have died will be raised to live forever. And we who are living will also be transformed. For our dying bodies must be transformed into bodies that will never die. Our mortal bodies must be transformed into immortal bodies. And so this gathering that Jesus talks about at that last trumpet is the gathering not only of those who are alive at that time, but as he says, from the farthest ends of the earth and heaven, there will be a day when the trumpet of the Lord will sound. And those of us who have gone to be with the Lord, who have passed away before the return of Jesus, we will be awoken by that trumpet, and we will be given new bodies. We will join the Lord together in the air, and we will be transformed, be given these immortal bodies. And so not only is this hopeful in the sense that God really does want us to come before him mindful of and engaging with him under the terms of the covenant, that we are forgiven and restored by Jesus Christ, and to have that confidence, but also we are meant to have this great confidence that one day there will be another trumpet that will sound, and it too will be for the gathering of the people of God, but it will be at that time the renewal of all things, when the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will all be transformed, and we will all be with the Lord forever. Thanks be to God. I hope that's a helpful word for you today. I hope that it builds the hope of Jesus into your life. And until we get a chance to speak again, may God bless you and keep you.